Yeah, I'm back again. So Sunday with Ruby and Allison. Yeah, just not with the extra today, but we just gonna roll with it. This is not anything new to me and Allison. So, hey Latoya, thank you for watching. I'm actually trying to go live so we can do So Sunday with Allison. I'm waiting for Allison to start watching so I can see if I can send her an invite that way. But yeah. Yeah, it shows that you're watching, but it won't let me invite. Invite it. Yeah, Allison, I guess Facebook probably don't want us to do Soul Sunday anymore. Figures. And even with that being said, you know how I am about things happening for a reason and energy and stuff like that. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Hey everyone, I'm waiting for Allison. While I'm waiting for Allison, this is Ruby D, the goddess entrepreneur and soul speaker. And I am waiting for Allison to come on so we can get started with Soul Sunday. I was live just a little bit ago, and of course Facebook was giving us some problems and I couldn't bring her on. She didn't receive her invite. So we're trying this again. So thank you all for watching and tuning in. So while I'm waiting for Allison to receive her invite, if you happen to catch this on the replay, just comment your name and where you're watching from. And yeah, Allison, I'm just gonna wait and see what's going on, because this ain't cool. Not at all. Not at all. Hey Zip. Hey Dara. Hey CG. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, I'm trying to get Allison on, but I don't think it's gonna work. Hey Daniel. Thank you for watching. Yeah, Allison, I haven't gotten anything. I don't know what's going on. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Yeah, this that bull, for real. For real. Yeah, Allison, I don't have anything, and it's not giving me any other way to try and invite you to the live, because I sent you an invite and it clearly says invited. Thank you for watching. Hey Bobby. Yeah, Allison, yeah, if you don't receive anything, you know, maybe this is a sign for us to say bye-bye to Facebook and move it on over to Instagram, because I got stuff to talk about, and I know you got stuff to talk about, and Facebook being Facebook, it's typical. I'm not even surprised. I would like to introduce you to something and someone on your topics. Okay, CG, that's good. Well, I thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about 5 different things right now. But I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit. Allison, if you can, just chime in at the bottom. I mean, in the comments. And we'll just go from there, because I don't know what's up with Facebook. I really don't. But we won't spend too long here on Facebook, because, of course, you know, we're going to start doing live videos on Instagram. So, if you all want to follow us on Instagram, please do that. Okay, so today's topic is the birthplace of your business. And pretty much when I think about that particular topic is, when we start businesses, sometimes we start businesses out of necessity. Sometimes we start business because we don't have any other option. Sometimes we start businesses because, you know, it's our passion and it's our purpose. But depending on how we start the business and where we start the business from, it determines how we treat the business going forward. So, and I like to somewhat compare it to parents giving birth or a mother giving birth. Of course, we know that some children are born out of trauma. And when a child is born out of trauma, there's a lot of negative energy that's within that. And sometimes that negative energy is, instilled in not only into the mother, but also the child. And as they grow up, that stays with them and it affects them. It's not always a positive effect. It can be a very negative effect. Same thing with your business. Sometimes with your business, if you are forced to start a business because you just have absolutely no other option and no other choice, you're not really starting that business because that's what you want to do. You're starting it because that's what you have to do. So kind of like you have an unplanned pregnancy, you start an unplanned business. It's just, okay, my back is against the wall. Let me just go ahead and do this to get by. And then when something better comes along, then that's what you do. You move on to the next thing. And when you start a business from a place like that, then you're more likely to stop the business, end the business, let the business go. You don't give your all. It's not anything that you're passionate about. It's not really anything that you really want to do. And as soon as something better comes along, then you're just going to move on to the next thing. Now, when you think about where your business was birthed, then you also have to think about if you were prepared at that particular time. If you were financially prepared, if you were mentally prepared, if you were emotionally and spiritually prepared to start this business. If not, then yeah, you're going to have some issues and it's going to negatively affect you in all of those different aspects. And then you're going to be in a situation where the business is going to fail. The business won't be successful. If something goes wrong with the business, then you're more apt to close it and let it go, or it just be something that you push to the side. You don't take it seriously, and then you're mentally and emotionally stuck. And now this business that you started that you really didn't want, or that you really didn't plan or prepare for, instead of it being a benefit, it's now a detriment. And with that being a detriment, then that's of course going to affect you mentally in a negative way, emotionally in a negative way, spiritually in a negative way. And of course, I am a chakra expert, so basically this particular topic is focused on the foundation of your business. And the foundation of your business is, of course, within your professional chakra system, is directly associated with your professional root chakra. Your professional root chakra, of course, is the first of your 7 chakras within the chakra system. And of course, the root chakra is associated with your business being grounded, your business having a purpose, your business having a strong foundation, and basically how your business was raised, how your business was developed. And if your business was developed from a negative place, or your foundation is weak in your business, or it's not something that you planned, then it's not going to take much for your business to crumble, for your business to fail. And of course, that's going to affect you once you try to move forward, on to the next thing. It's just like, if I failed at this, then I'm afraid to move on to the next thing because I may fail at that too. Or I'm afraid of trying something new because I may fail at that too. So hopefully, and I'm really upset that Allison is not on this live with me to, go back and forth. But, really think about that. And Allison chimes in finally, in the comments. She's not on the video. It's important to make sure the foundation of your business is firm. If it's not, it will either not survive or will be full of the same negativity that may have been in your life when the business started. Exactly. And, of course, Allison posted yesterday she reached her 100th day of being a full-time entrepreneur and working for herself. For me, I made 2 years, May the 6th. And trust me, if either one of us would have ventured out on something that we were not passionate about, or something that we didn't already put time and energy into prior to leaving corporate America, then trust me, there has been plenty that has happened, not only to me but to her, in our lives, that could have, caused us to be like, okay, let me just go back to work. That's the easiest thing. Let me just do that. We would have easily given up. Yes, congratulations, beautiful. I'm happy for you. But, and I laugh because, me, Allison, and I, we talk, outside of Facebook, and, happy, joy, sadness, crying, happy, you get it. But with your profession, or with the foundation of your business being associated with your root chakra, then you have to have a strong foundation to withstand all of these tests that you're going to deal with. You have to be able to withstand all of these trials and tribulations and things that's going to come your way. And if you started a business that you were not passionate about, or you started a business that you really didn't have, you really didn't want to start, you did it because you didn't have a choice, then guess what's going to happen to the business? I give you 90% of businesses are unsuccessful. 90%. That's a lot. And of that 90%, I can only imagine how many of those were started, were unplanned, or the owner was not fully prepared for what they were doing. CG says, if it is not your purpose, your business will not survive. This leads to a lot of other reasons businesses don't do well. Exactly. Like depression, anxiety, stress, mental illness, financial issues, relationship issues, because some of you put a lot of time into your business because you feel that's what you have to do. Y'all out here team no sleep. I'm not even going to talk about that because I don't want somebody to feel like I'm against team no sleep. That's not the case. But I'm saying when your professional root chakra in your business is balanced and is open, you really treat your business as if it's, something that you plan for, something that you prepared for. Allison says, the best example I have is with my last set of locks. I started them during my relationship with a narcissist. Those locks never grew the way they should have, and when I combed them out, they were full of dirt, which was odd since I cleaned them faithfully every 2 weeks. That dirt was nothing but darkness. It's my desire to start them again, but I know now to make sure I'm not doing them after a major transition. Exactly. When you start a business from a traumatic place, or from a dark place, or from a place where you were not where you haven't properly planned and prepared, then you're opening yourself up to so much negative energy. Like I said, the example I used earlier with, a child that was birthed from a traumatic experience, or a child that was, unplanned. And of course, I'm not saying that all children born out of, traumatic experiences have a bad life or have a negative life, or if they're unplanned. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just using that as an analogy because I know individuals that were birthed out of trauma that have been dealing with a lot of mental unhealthiness, emotional unhealthiness, and spiritual unhealthiness. Allison says, girl, team no sleep is for the birds. Yes, I faithfully get my 8 hours plus a nap some days. I'm glad I've learned that lesson early. I thought I needed to work this out day and night. It's not necessary. Our bodies need balance. Our chakras need balance. That can happen without sleep. Exactly. I cannot tell you all how many ideas, how many decisions, how many messages I've gotten while I was asleep. Sometimes in the morning when I wake up and I just start posting, that's because ideas have come to me because I was asleep. That's because thoughts have come to me because I was asleep. Y'all have no idea how much of my business I run in my sleep. I get messages in my dreams about, business related things, about things to keep me on track. When it comes to my business, I am team sleep all the way. I will sleep, get full 8 hours at night. I will sleep in the car. I will take a nap. I will eat and go back to sleep. I will wake up, do some work, go back to sleep. And one thing that I really do, that I recommend y'all start doing, a lot of people are more apt to charge their phones before they charge themselves. What I've gotten in the habit of doing, if I'm doing work from my phone, then I purposely, once I run down the battery, whenever I put my phone on the charger, I take a nap. If I can charge my phone, I can allow myself to recharge. So I need some of y'all to do that. Because y'all will run a battery down on the phone, keep it, and y'all take better care of y'all phones than y'all take care of yourselves. I'm just going to say that. Have you ever heard of Kathara? It sounds vaguely familiar. I'd have to look it up and see what it is exactly to verify whether or not, but I will do that. Allison says, I'm creative when I get sleep. I'm overwhelmed when I don't. Exactly. When you don't get sleep, you're stressed. When you don't get sleep, you deal with all this extra stuff that you don't have to deal with if you would just get some rest, if you would just go to sleep. Okay, I need to move on because I don't want to be on here too long. Ways to tell if your business was birthed from a negative place. One way, when you get up in the morning, are you motivated to run your business? Are you motivated to do things that are needed for your business to be successful? Even if you have a job and you have a side hustle, when you get off work, are you motivated to put time into your business and do what's needed? If not, then your business was probably birthed from a negative place. I'm not saying that it was. I'm just saying probably. Is this a passion or just something that you're good at? A lot of us, when we first become entrepreneurs, we try to have as many streams of income as we possibly can. And I did it. I recommend it because sometimes when you're making that transition, you don't want to feel that financial difference. So you try to monetize everything. Whether you're an expert at it, good at it, it's just something you've been doing for years, you try to monetize everything. But in the midst of you trying to monetize everything, when you're doing, when you're working on your passion versus working, with something that you're good at, you're more apt to put time into something that you're passionate about other than something that you're just good at. The 8-hour sleep is a traditional myth. 4 hours plus a nap is all your body needs. You get more answers 100%. Too much sleep causes darkness, depression, and diseases. This is a fact. Well, I guess I'm the exception to that fact because that's not me at all. I mean, it's not that I purposely try to get 8 hours. I just sleep 8 hours. That's just me. I know some people sleep less than that, but me personally, I sleep a full 8 hours. I'm not depressed. And I actually get a lot accomplished in my sleep. Not to say that that's incorrect information or anything like that, but, I'm just different. But for some people, that could actually and really be true. I know if I go over 8 hours of sleep, my body won't let me go over 8 hours of sleep straight. Like I was saying, if your business is something that you're passionate about, then you started that business because it was something that you truly wanted to do, as opposed to it just being something that you're good at. And you're like, okay, this is something I can make money from because I just need extra money coming from somewhere. Your business, if that's the case, then your business may have been birthed from a negative space. Is this your baby? Is your business your baby, or are you a surrogate? And that I bring that up because I've been a surrogate business owner before. And what I mean by that is pretty much you're putting in all the work, you're doing everything and whatnot, but the business does not belong to you. And that's a lot of like multi-level marketing companies, MLM companies. Yes, I was, I've done that network marketing and it worked great for me at the time. The products were good, but, and I'm not against that at all. It's just I moved away from that. But sometimes, because for me, example, because it wasn't my company and my business and it wasn't my tax ID, and you all get what I'm saying. So don't sit here and be like, what are you talking about? No, you know what I'm talking about. Because it wasn't my company and I was just a surrogate mother or business owner, I didn't put as much into it as I could have versus what I do now with Ruby the Artistry and the company that belongs to me. So it's possible that if you're a surrogate mother or business owner, that your business may have been birthed from a negative place. The reason I say that is because usually whenever we get into a multi-level marketing company, it's sometimes because somebody has approached us or because somebody has asked us several times, hey, are you interested? This is something you should really do. Is what's hot now. We get all types of excuses or reasons why we should do it. And sometimes we, get tired of them asking us, do we really want to do it? And sometimes we just, I'll try it. And that attitude, I'll try it is really not where you should be birthing a business or the type of energy that you should have moving into something like that. Allison says, ways to tell if your business is built from a negative place. Did you start it as a distraction but from a bad relationship? Yes. Very good point. Did you? Were you in a relationship where the person that you were with was ignoring you? They really didn't spend much time with you and you really just needed to find something to do. So with you finding something to do, you started a business. Or to counteract all of those negative emotions, the feeling of loneliness, the mental and spiritual unhealthiness of that relationship, you decided you were going to start a business. Think about it. Number 2, did you start it to distract from other areas of your life that you should have focused on instead? Those issues will just show up in your business. Exactly. If you started a business simply because you didn't want to deal with healing, you deal with mental unhealthiness, anxiety, depression, and some people drink it away, some people sex it away, some people smoke it away, some people start a business it away. That may not be politically correct, but that's what we're going to go with. But, instead of you dealing with what's at hand, you decided to just start a business and just try to focus on that business. An indication that you started that business from a negative place. Number 3, did you start it out of anger at your last employer? Very good point. Some of us get mad because we got to go to work every day. Did nobody tell you to put in an application and go apply for that job? You did it because you felt like you needed to do it. And as a result, now you're at a job that you don't like. And because you really don't want to be there, you want to start a business. You're not starting a business because that's what you really want to do. You're just starting a business because you don't want to be at work. And then Allison has a number 4. Did you start it because you just want to be in charge? It's easy to focus on the success of those we see in media, but they all had dark moments most people wouldn't want to go through. True. You just started a business because you didn't want to follow instructions. You started a business because you wanted to be the boss. You started a business because you don't like people telling you what to do. Robin says, my business was number 2 on your list, Allison. And CG says, wow, number 1 and 2 is something new to me. Yeah, and this is why I wanted to talk about this today, because, this is a topic that it happens, but we don't think about it in this sense. We don't, think of where our business was birthed and directly attach that to how we treat it, how we raise it, how we nurture it, how we provide for it. I mean, you can't, for the most part, you can't just be out here, giving birth to babies. Hey, Quincy, you can't be out here just giving birth to babies and then, tossing them to the side. No, that's not what you do. That's not what you're supposed to do. And if you seriously want to start a business, it should be something that you've planned for, something that you're prepared for. And I'm not saying just financially. I'm not saying you have to have a $10,000 business loan to start a business. No, I've started a business with less than that. And with me starting that business with less than that, I was prepared to start that business. So it doesn't have anything, it had nothing to do with how much money I had. I was just mentally in the right place. And this was something that at that particular point in time I was passionate about. It's nothing that says your passion is going to be the same for your entire life. Just like you change, your passion is going to change. And that's completely fine. But if I started a business with nothing, as long as I was mentally and emotionally and spiritually prepared for what I knew was going to come, like, I knew it was going to be some difficulties. Nobody starts a business because it's easy. I knew that, some other things were going to come along that I was going to have to be able to deal with mentally, that I was going to have to be able to deal with emotionally and spiritually. Hey, Thomas, thank you for watching. So yeah, I'm sorry. I got a lot going on, and I'm used to having Allison here. Soul Sunday is not just me. Soul Sunday is with Ruby and Allison. Unfortunately, Facebook, for some reason, didn't send her invite. So that's why she's not here. But she is commenting. She is watching the video. So if you all have anything that you want to say to Allison, just add her, because she is here commenting. And she says, usually the more money you have to start with, the longer it takes us to really go hard. If our bills are covered for a full year, for example, most don't tend to put in the effort they would if they only had enough saved up for a month. Exactly. It's amazing how being broke and not having the money will motivate you versus having it. It really does. CG says it's crazy that people would be at that level of thinking when it comes to business. Because of bad relations, that sounds ridiculous, and distract issues in life. Oh my God, OMG, really odd. Yeah, and it's, people like to say, they try to separate the personal from the professional and keep it separate. But, and I'm not saying it's impossible. You can go to work, be upset that morning because you and Bae got into it, and go to work and control your feelings and, go through the whole day. But that doesn't mean that underneath you're not being affected. It doesn't mean that you're not thinking about it the full day. So, because it comes from the same source, whether it's personal or whether it's professional, it comes from the same source. You're only one person. You're not two different people. You might have several personalities, but even those personalities still reside in that one body. So, yes, your relationship can affect how you do business, what you do at work, the decisions you make when it comes to business. And I had a few more reasons to, a few more things on my list that, could say that you birthed your business from a negative space. Do you share baby pictures? And of course, my whole analogy was birthing your business somewhat similar to birthing a child. But when you have a child and your child is born, you're taking baby pictures, you're sharing video, you are telling everybody about your bundle of joy. You just, being a loving parent, doing the things that you're supposed to do. But if you have a business and you don't tell anybody about it, you don't share with people what you do, you don't even talk about it when you're out in public, nobody even knows that you own a business but you. That could be a sign that you birthed your business from a negative place, because it's not anything that you're proud of. It's not anything that you want to show off. It's not anything that you want to tell people about. Why? If it's your business, why would you not tell people about it? It's like, how you expect for your business to be successful if only you know about it? Are you a deadbeat mom or dad? And basically, do you nurture your business? Just like you pay child support, of course you got to pay expenses for your business. Just like you have to spend time with your children, do you spend time with your business? Just like you have to, make good decisions when it comes to your children, do you make good decisions when it comes to your business? Or you just out here just freestyling it, doing whatever? Like, really? And this is stuff that we don't think about. We out here doing it, but we're not thinking about it. And we just, just doing whatever. Just starting a business because it was your homegirl started a business and both of y'all said y'all was gonna be bosses. Y'all know what? Since I've been on this particular live today, I've had so many thoughts in my head. I'm not gonna share them. Nah, that's for another day. But I'm just saying, yeah, I think differently. And I look at things differently. And I know other people think differently from me, and that's cool. No problem at all. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about today is, what is the story behind your business? Like, what is your why? If you, first of all, you don't even know what your why is, you probably shouldn't have started that business if you don't know why you started it. If your why doesn't motivate you to keep going, to keep pushing through those hard days, to continue to reach that next level of success regardless, what other people have to say, what other people think, that includes your mama, that includes your daddy. If it's your vision and it's your business that you birth, then there should be nobody else that can tell you how to raise your business, how to run your business. Allison says, you can't separate business from personal. It's not inconceivable that people will sabotage your business because they are dealing with a bad relationship but are still trying to make it work. Gotta have a plan. It doesn't necessarily have to be a detailed plan, but definitely a plan. Yeah. And Allison, I agree. It's just that, again, like I said, you can't separate personal from business. You can try. You can try really hard. But how many times y'all done had a breakup and you go to work, you trying to hold it together, and then somebody, what's wrong? And then you just start crying. Like, really? I've done that. I've had to, saw something earlier that day. I was like, okay, I'm still gonna get cute, go to work. I called in to work. I didn't even did I make it to work? I think I made it to work, but then left. I don't know. But that day, I had to handle whatever was going on. And yes, that directly affected my pay. That directly affected my professional, my work life. Allison says, yes, when I was looking at the business I started and realized I was feeling overwhelmed, I stopped to ask myself why I started each one. once I did that, I narrowed it down to 2. Those were the only ones I can answer why to. Exactly. Some of us just out here starting businesses because we don't even know why. Just have no idea why we out here starting businesses. And again, just to kind of reiterate with, what today's topic is, the birthplace of your business, we have to start birthing businesses from a more positive space, from a more meaningful space. We can't just be out here starting businesses and throwing them to the side and tossing them to the side. Like, why? Why would you put energy into something that you really don't want to do? And that's what a lot of people do. They're out here doing things they don't want to do. I get tired of telling people that. Stop doing stuff that you don't want to do. Stop being scared to say no. If you don't want to start a business, don't start a business. Don't let nobody talk you into it. But people out here not knowing who they are, miseducation of self, because you got other people telling you what you should do, what you need to do, and why you need to do it, knowing good and well you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway. So then you spent money to start this business. You spent money on some labels, you spent money on some other stuff, and depending on what kind of business you start. But then you're not mentally prepared, you're not financially prepared, you're not emotionally prepared, you're not physically prepared. You out here with a delivery service, but never mind. I'm just not even going. I'm gonna keep that thought to myself. But you're not even energetically prepared to start these businesses. Why? CG says, and girl, I don't curse. Heck, she used the real word, but I'm gonna say heck. I can't get rid of the ones I dated. I have not experienced that. I guess I just don't give a darn when it comes to men relationship. Interesting. I always thought what makes me happy is what I do. Yeah, I agree. Always do what makes you happy. And if it's, in your case, if you've, been able to run your businesses and not have, that, affect your relationship, if you haven't had your relationships to affect your businesses or your job, then that's great. That is really good. But, that's not the case for everybody. And like I said, myself, for example, on that particular day when that situation came up, I had to handle it that day. But like I said, I wasn't going to make this long today because Allison and I are actually going to start doing Soul Sunday on Instagram Live. We've been doing it here on Facebook since November. I thank you all for watching. And again, let me apologize about the technical difficulties that we were having. Like I said, Allison is normally here so you all can see her beautiful face and hear her beautiful voice and her laugh, because y'all know she crazy too. But we'll try this again next week. The topic for next week will be, let me go to my list of topics. Trusting the process. And when I say trusting the process is whenever you decide to make the transition from employee to entrepreneur, that is quite a process that you have to prepare for. And when preparing for it, trust me, 90% of the time, no, I take that back, 100% of the time, it probably won't go the way you expected it to go, but you still have to trust the process. So Allison and I will be discussing that next week. Hopefully Facebook cooperates with us. If not, then I'll still go live and Allison will be here in the comments. Or either you can catch us on Instagram. Allison says, I know it's not easy to leave a job you hate. The money is taking care of things, and the idea of jumping ship with so many responsibilities is extremely stressful. But Your life and your purpose are far more important than your salary. I agree. I will say, you know, once I made the transition, I did take a salary cut, a wage cut. But I'm so much more peaceful now. I don't have migraines every day. I don't eat junk food every day. It's just so much that I've gained in place of, you know, that extra money. So, you know. Yes, Allison, the whole process. Is it okay that I PM some information? Yes, ma'am. You can definitely send it to me. And I'll respond to it as soon as I can. You know, like I said, me and Allison are about to go over to Instagram. But yes, definitely send it to me. For those of you, like I said, you can find me online or my website at www.thegoddessgrind.com, Instagram at Ruby the Artistry, RUBIDARTISTRY. On YouTube, search Ruby with an I, Davidson with a V. And of course, you all can reach out to Allison. You can find her here on Facebook. And Allison, correct me if I get this wrong. Her website, bestillandmove.org. You know, I can't do her spiel like she does. I jack it all up. But you know, she in the comments. Y'all can reach out to her, and she can, or Allison, better yet, just write all your stuff as a comment in this video. Robin says, right now I'm dealing with my mother who was recently diagnosed with cancer. Lately I've been feeling down and depressed, stressed about my mom, and haven't really had the energy to do much of anything. I know I'm not going to give up, but I feel like I'm not doing enough for my business because I'm with my mom, so my business is getting totally neglected. Right. And that's what I'm saying. It happens. It's not bad that it happens. But sometimes you do have to take a break, you know, from your business. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The joy is that you are able to do so. But of course, as long as I've known you, Robin, you've always been passionate about what it is that you do. And the point is, even after, you know, dealing with this, and you know, I just want to say I'm sorry to hear that. And I send peace, love, and light, healing energy to your mom, and also to you. But even after this, you're going to keep going. You're not going to look at this as a reason to close your business. You're not going to look at this as a reason to neglect your business or not nurture your business. You may not be physically on Facebook and Instagram, you know, posting marketing information and stuff like that, but your business is still a priority to you. And that's it. That is correct, but I've taken some of it down while I upgrade. Yes, and Allison has put in her information. So, with that being said, like I said, me and Allison will catch you next week on Soul Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central Time, right here on Facebook Live. If you're not able to catch us on Facebook Live, then we will move to Instagram Live immediately after we finish with Facebook. So, I thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace. And Allison says bye-bye too.